Welcome to this very new video here on my channel. I hope it finds you well. It's quite an exciting video that I am allowed to do today. It's been a while since I've been posting here. You can hopefully expect more new flows for pregnant women soon, as I can tell you we're expecting baby number 2. So I'm beyond excited, really. It's been a roller coaster to get there. Um, we have our 20-month-old toddler running around at home, and yeah, life's changed a lot with a kid. But honestly, we couldn't our life couldn't feel any richer at this point in time. Expecting a second healthy baby and having one very happy human already with us, and making our crew complete in summer is one of the best news we can have as a family. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how the first trimester went for me, where we are at now, how I physically feel now at this point in time, and yeah, also a bit about the roller coaster we had. So to start with that roller coaster, I've been having the wish for a second baby quite early after having the first. I always wanted to have a very close gaps between the two of them. However, I also wanted to tune in with myself and see when do I actually feel ready for it, and not just because I'm having a plan or a vision in my head, but when do I really feel ready for a second pregnancy, going through all of this a second time. And yeah, we actually started like half a year after our first boy arrived. And then it took a while. It really took a while until I got a positive test. I think it was somewhere 6 or 7 months later. I got nervous, to be very honest. I'm not one of those very um, calm human beings who can wait for a long time, but it really made me wait. And this made me feel insecure. What if something changed? What if it's not working now? And with every month that passed, I got a bit more nervous. And yeah, after like 6 to 7 months, we got pregnant. I was super excited. I told everyone very shortly after I learned about it because I was confident it's going to be fine. And I even told work. Being 10 weeks pregnant, I told my managers and everyone that we were expecting a second one. And then, unfortunately, we had a loss. We lost the baby. If you want to know more about this, I would prefer to make it a separate video and not to spend too much time on this part of the journey. However, we lost our second baby, and it took some time to recover from that, emotionally but also physically. And yeah, 1 year after initially starting to trying to get a second baby, we finally got pregnant again. And yeah, now everything is good. Yeah, and this is really, it took some time for me to let the excitement really fill my body, because I got scared. What if it happens again? What if we lose the baby again? And I was really scared to create a bond right from the beginning. So I kept it low profile. We kept it more secret. And we really waited for this first trimester screening to come and to know if everything is good. My family knew before, or the family in general knew before, but work and like in general the public only learned about it a lot later. And yeah, the first trimester was, I would say, compared to all three, because I see this as my third pregnancy, It was the toughest one. I had a lot of nausea. I was very, very tired. So, in terms of nausea, what really helps me personally, but this is super individual, is eating. It's not what you would naturally do when you feel nauseous, right? It's not your instinct to eat something. But this is really something that kept me going, like having a snack right in the morning before getting out of bed, already having like some kind of oat bar next to me was a lifesaver, and I never left the house without any snacks. So I was always prepared because I knew it could come anytime, and I don't want to feel unprepared or unwell in situations that where you cannot really let yourself go in a way that you could at home. So I always carried food with me, and I was extremely tired. Together with having started a new role in the company I was working with, that was quite a tough situation for me because due to the miscarriage, we I also said I would like to take up a new challenge because I don't know when and how it's going to work again, and the opportunity came and I said yes. Why should we limit ourselves as women just because we know that we want to have a second baby with the uncertainty of not knowing when it's going to actually happen and if it's going to happen? So I started this new role and got pregnant in the very same month as I started this role. And this really took a lot of energy from me. So whenever I could, I was sleeping. To be very honest with you, I've been sleeping a lot. And yeah, I allowed my body to rest. And that's the beauty of expecting a summer baby. You are in the first trimester when the days are dark, when the days are short, at least here in Europe. I don't know from where you're watching this video, but it's a time where your body naturally slows down and nature slows down. And it's somehow easier for me to then also allow myself to calm down and to relax and maybe go to bed at 8. You know, with our little one going to bed at 8, I didn't feel bad at all. Like I really enjoyed this and allowed it to myself. And this is, I think, a very important point because especially when you already have a child, you are in this rush of getting the household done. There are so many things, like your mind is constantly going, the new job, you know, so many things I had to remember, new things I had to learn about. And yeah, I was just tired in the evening, and I allowed myself to pass over some tasks to my husband, who's been of great support ever since we're together. He's been of great support, but especially in parenthood, I have to say, I cannot think of how it would be to handle all of this alone, to be very honest. My deepest respect to all of the women who have to go through this all by themselves. Yeah, and then we went to the first trimester screening, and I was super nervous because this was when I learned the last time that the baby's heart is not beating anymore, and my heart was racing and everything was good. And then we got the test results and everything was good as well. And this was the moment really where I said, okay, let's get excited. Let's get excited for the second baby. We made it through this very, very critical months and weeks and days. Yeah. And I mean, as it is, the second trimester feels like a blessing. It's a lot better. I feel a lot better in terms of energy, in terms of nausea. I am moving again. I'm doing sports again. It's a lot easier for me to handle a day with my toddler, and to run after him instead of being completely exhausted and tired from the first or in the first trimester. That was quite a challenge for me. Yeah, so at the moment, I feel really good. I feel like the hiccups and the ouchies that appeared in the first in the very first pregnancy are now coming a bit earlier in the second pregnancy. Maybe it's because you're already carrying a toddler. Yeah, your whole body went through this already a second time, so it's kind of not as fresh anymore as in the first pregnancy. No idea if I'm saying something wrong, but this is how I feel it and how it feels for me. So I can really feel how my lower back is starting. I can start to feel it. So yeah, overall, this is where we're at. This is how we go. And I have to say, I was scared, not really scared, but concerned about a second pregnancy because I heard so many things how exhausting it is when you already have a toddler at home and then being pregnant, and then it's going completely on the side, the second pregnancy, and it's just flying by. I mean, I can fully sign the thing that it's flying by. I mean, time's flying when you have a child in general, but that means also that your pregnancy weeks are just flying by, and suddenly you're in week 16 or 20, or you're entering 6 months, and you're like, how did this happen and when did this happen? But I have to say, mentally, in terms of mental load, I feel the second pregnancy is a lot more relaxed than the first, because with the first pregnancy, everything is new to you. You have to read a lot, or at least you feel like you need to read a lot. You need to inform yourself about the do's and don'ts, and you are entering a life that you have absolutely no clue about. So mentally a lot of things are going on, and I feel like now being pregnant with the second baby and having the experience with the first, I'm a lot calmer. I don't have all these to-do lists in my head, and I'm actually scared I'm going to miss something bureaucratic, because I always have that feeling in my mind, in my head, yeah, we went through this already the first time and we managed. So I'm maybe a bit too relaxed, but really I still know what I'm allowed to eat, what I should not necessarily eat. In terms of movement, I anyway know what I'm allowed to do and what we shouldn't do anymore in pregnancy. And then all the organizational parts around it, finding a midwife, getting all the baby stuff. We have everything. We're expecting a second summer baby. So we can recycle everything that we have, and there is no need to buy new stuff. That's also calming me down a lot, because in the first pregnancy there is so much you need to buy or to organize. What kind of stroller do you want to have? What kind of car seat? What kind of high chair? So many decisions you have to take together with your partner, and all of this is no longer there for the second one, because you already have everything at home. And this is something that I really appreciate, and where I feel like where I spent a lot of energy in the first pregnancy, I can now take that time with the little one, and then in the evening I can really relax, and I don't have to spend the evenings researching. So this is how I feel about the second pregnancy, or the third, however you want to put it. And yeah, I would like to keep you posted here. I will also give you an update of the second trimester. We haven't finished that one yet, so you can expect the second video on that. And if you really want to know more about our child loss that we went through, I am more than happy to share my story, because it was special. It made me feel dumb as a woman, or uninformed as a woman at some stage, not knowing about it, not knowing about what a missed abortion really is. And yeah, I'm more than open to share the story here if you want to hear it. And until then, I also want to create some new flows for all the pregnant, beautiful women out there. So if you want to have new flows on this channel, let me know in the comments as well. And then I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm sure you are pregnant as well, because otherwise you probably wouldn't watch this. And yeah, I'm wishing you all the best. I hope you're feeling good, or at least soon a lot better. And yeah, stay healthy.